Welcome, my beautiful babies. Welcome to the Chamber of Knowledge. I am your counselor, Suzanne. I am here with another topic. Actually, I'm not even here to discuss about any topic in specific. I am actually here to talk about mental health and masculinity. It feels like this needs to be said. This needs to be said by someone. Basically, someone just needs to put some sense into you. I was just done with the counseling session just a few minutes ago, like 15-20 minutes ago. And I have a lot to say based on accumulated events, which is all the counseling sessions that I have encountered this whole week. I have tons of things to say to all of you, not only my clients, but everyone at home, because I'm starting to realize a pattern. And I think we need to talk about this. Because why do we need to talk about this is because no woman on God's green earth is gonna care for you, care enough to say these things to you. So, yeah, here I am to put some senses into you and to teach you things that your father never did. So, let's get right to it. I'm going to touch on everything that I have been hearing at least for this past week, okay? Just this recent 1 week. You think everyone in this world hates you and everyone is plotting against you. You think other man is hating you and wishing for your downfall. You can't find the right fit despite of how many counselors and therapists you consult. And most importantly, you feel like the world is so unfair to you. There's more. You believe you can't attract a woman, or you can't love a woman, or you can't keep a woman simply because you cannot fulfill the standards that they need. Other complaints are people require too much from you and you are too exhausted to provide any. Okay. Now, before I touch on all these concerns, let us all take a deep breath. Because whatever that's going to come next, it's not going to be sweet. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to go down smooth. It's a lot of tough love, a lot of reality. I'm not here to validate your feelings. I am here to give you facts. I'm not here to coddle you. I'm not here to sugarcoat things for you. I'm here to give you things as it is. Okay? I am basically here to teach you what your father never did. Because if the foundation has been strong, you wouldn't have been struggling like this. And before you start asking me, what is my qualification? Why am I entitled to tell you this? And why should you listen to me? Or why is a woman teaching man masculinity? Let me tell you, I had a strong father figures with an S. I was raised by strong military men, ex-military men, and this is not even included all the other elder brothers that I have, who are now, uniform officers themselves. They are not only men who embodies great masculine energy, great traditional masculine energy. They are people who have taught me to see the world for what it is, which is more than you can say for yourself. Because we all know the reason why you're here and the reason why you're encountering all these failures is because you never had a great father figure. You never had a solid foundation to begin with. So instead of you questioning me for what I have or where I've gained this knowledge, why don't you just sit and learn, son? That way, we can all go somewhere in our life. Okay? Buckle down. So let's take a deep breath with me. On a count of 3, we take a deep breath, okay? 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Let it go. One more. Last breath, we're going to take it in and we're going to hold it for 5 seconds, okay? There. Better? You know what? I certainly feel better. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Give me a minute. Let's dissect your concern and address them one by one. You feel like the world has no equality despite of it preaching, and you feel like the world is so unfair to your gender. Son, I am here to tell you that whining that the world is not fair to you and telling others directly that things are not being handed to me and I am so upset about it is the same thing. Do you hear yourself when you say these things? Because in reality, the world is not fair to anyone, not women, not men, not children. You hear me? Take women, for example. Even despite of equal opportunities, Despite of equal opportunities, women need to still work twice as hard as you to climb the corporate ladder. Why? Is because the system is generated for men to succeed. The system out there, the corporate system, regardless of where the work ethics and the work SOPs are not created for women to succeed. Those are made for men to succeed. So if you are sitting there whining that a woman is making more money than you, a woman has more privilege than you, more leverage than you, son, you have failed in the very system that was created for you to succeed. Never you forget that. Let's look at children. Regardless of how well you do in life, parents are going to continue to be tough on you. Okay? Now, especially in 2020s, especially 2K kids, what do we call them? 2K kids? You have a lifestyle to maintain. Okay? Being simple and mediocre and just being normal children is no longer enough in this generation. In this particular time, everyone is hyped up with a certain lifestyle, and it's getting too hard. It's getting way too hard to catch up with everyone. And if the world is not cruel enough, our parents is consistently putting ideas into our head and pushing us and comparing us with all our cousins and causing us to isolate ourselves. Do you know how much pressure that is for a kid? We know because the 90s kid went through the same thing, especially those of you who have Asian parents. God save us all. We all went through that traumatizing experience. It's not peachy. The other end of the world is not peachy either. And let's look at you. Sometimes you feel like no matter how hard you work, the one with better communication, the one with better charisma, the one with better charms, and the one that even looks better and has better heights gets all the opportunity in life, right? At least that's what you think. It's not entirely wrong to say that, but I'm here to tell you, tough luck, son. Tough luck. There's nothing we can do. Because whining is never going to solve any of these problems for you. If you don't already know this, it's the way of nature. The best will lead and the losers will leave. That's just how the nature works. That's just how the order of the world really works. There is no place for weak asses here. Because have you ever asked yourself, why do I expect people to naturally hand things over to me when I know there are so many people out there better than me who deserves whatever I'm asking for? That promotion that you've been longing, that you thought was handed over to another man, did you actually really work as hard as he did? Because or you think you're bitter and you're resenting him because you think he got it easy. Because I am here to tell you, if you think charm, charisma, great personality, captivating, gravitating personalities, and great conversation skills is someone's birth talent, no. It's not. Extroverts are not vibes that people were born with. They train themselves to be that way. They train to have conversations to people. They train themselves to have charming personality. They train themselves to use their charisma. They train themselves to use everything, basically, including their body to get whatever they want. Everything needs work. Just because you do certain things strategically, just because you did certain things by the book and expect things to be handed over to you because you think you're better than those people who have actually put a lot more effort in other areas, other aspects, and has considered other areas and aspects of life, you're solely mistaken. I understand that the world is a tough place for men. There is no denial in that, especially now more than ever. But instead of stepping into a stronger version of yourself, you get stuck in resentment. And you know what happens to people who get stuck in resentment? They stay behind while everyone else keep marching forward. And eventually, when you see everyone else with better energy, with better discipline, with better embodiment of masculine energy, you get bitter and you run to your therapist or your counselor for validation. Oh, please validate my failures. Please tell me it was not my fault. And that is also the reason why, gets to point number 2, the reason why a lot of you are actually going from one therapist to another, one therapist to another, one counselor to another, one counselor to another. And then eventually, a lot of you, most of the time, I don't know if it's my luck or if it's just my aura or whatever, a lot of you have actually gone into a lot more therapists before you get to me. Mostly, I am your final destination. You'll come here only to realize that I am not going to coddle you. I'm going to teach you what's what. I'm going to teach you basically the foundation. I'm going to set you back free into the world. And then whatever you do, that is on you. If you love yourself enough, you'll take some accountability, which I'm going to touch into that in a bit. But that's the point. Regardless of how many therapists you go to, you have to understand that your life quality will never change if you refuse to take accountability for your failures. Because if you want your counselor to sit there and tell you, I can do that by all means. Just tell me next time if that's what you want to hear. I can tell you what you want to hear, and we can go on to waste your money all day, all night. But then let me tell you this, I want the best for you. Because no woman out there, no woman on God's green earth is going to sit here and tell you what to do. Because you don't know how many times women personally have asked me, why am I wasting my knowledge on men? And why am I not helping women instead? It's not that I don't know. I know a lot of things about men. I can easily teach women how to deal with men, how to talk to men, how to manipulate them, and all sorts of things. But here I am, trying to teach everything that I have embodied along my all these years of my life, trying to teach you what all my father figures have taught me. Because God knows that God and I knew there wasn't anyone for you. So go ahead. You can resent me as well. I don't mind. But where's that going to take you? The other thing you're facing is that having difficult relationship with women. Oh, son, what can I tell you? Where do I even begin? See, you tell me yourself and everyone else that you can talk to that you don't sign up for traditional masculine roles. But yet here you are being friend zoned left and right by women. Because we know, consciously or subconsciously, women are attracted to men who embodies a certain masculine traits. Decisiveness, confidence, assertiveness, discipline, hardworking, and much, much more. One of the other things you struggle is cultivating a proper, healthy, or any relationship with women, basically, because you keep saying that women want too much and I can't fulfill them, and I hate that they don't care about me, they are not facilitating me, they are not approaching me, or they are not putting in the work, they are expecting too much from me that I can't give, and then when I expect something from them, I don't get it because they believe that they shouldn't be doing any of the work at all. Here is the pattern that I have observed. A lot of my clients, you guys actually don't you guys actually tell me that you don't sign up for the traditional male roles, which means you don't believe the traditional masculine roles. You know what that does to you? You know what that does to you? That segregates you away from women's choices. Because consciously or subconsciously, women are attracted to a certain masculine traits such as confidence, assertiveness, decisiveness, discipline, hardworking, how affluent you are, your social standing, everything. Because if a man is rich, a man works really hard. It means he works really hard. He's a man of discipline. Your character, your values lays in the money that you make. Because no one is sitting at home making buttload of money unless they are, criminal. Even then, you got to push a lot of things around. You got to work things around. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to make buttload of money. If a man is making buttload of money, chances are he is actually working his ass off. That shows discipline. That shows integrity. That shows, that shows talent. That shows confidence, decisiveness. If you are too passive and you're too accommodating and you're too weak, and here you are giving only 50%, expecting a woman to bring her A game to you. Let me ask you this. Let us all be very honest and put our cards on the table. Okay? Here's the question. There is this beautiful, beautiful woman. She's extrovert. She loves talking. She has such great energy. She dresses well. She's got such vibrant power, vibrant aura about her. She's a great conversationalist. And when other men see you out with her, it immediately elevates your social standing. Men understand this. You understand this too. I know this. I know this for a fact that you understand this too. Now tell me, she's got two choices. A man who claims to love her, he's there, and he tells her, oh, I am not very masculine, but I promise you that I will really, really love you. right? And I have so much love to offer, and I will accommodate you, and I will do everything and anything you want. Okay? And there is this B man. B man is masculine. He's assertive. He's confident. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he can offer this girl. And he's a protector. He's a provider. He's a man who has traditional masculine roles. He can be flamboyant. He can paint his nails. He can wear flamboyant fashion, because a lot of you all are plain stupid, because you think fashion choices, you think painting your nails, you think wearing makeups, or you think putting on a skirt or putting on a dress, having a flamboyant avant-garde style, high fashion basically, is not a masculine. So you keep telling people, oh, I don't sign up for masculine roles. Yeah. Who do you think this woman's gonna pick? A nobody, you, and someone who has all a man should have. She's definitely going to pick B, because you has less to offer, but you want the same thing a provider wants. Why? Why do you think you deserve to get what a full provider and a protector, what a masculine man, a man who embodies traditional masculine energy, should be receiving? Why do you think you should get what he should have, he wants, and why do you think you deserve it in the first place? When women like that will never even forget about talk to you, would never even look your way. Why? Tell me why. See, this are hard truths. This are hard truths no one is going to tell you. You're gonna sit there, you're gonna get bitter, and when you get bitter because of all your past failures, you rise up to become this red pill people. Really. But that's what happens to you when you don't have strong father figures, and you have been in resentment, and you have been bitter your whole life. That's what happens to you. So tell me, is the world really not fair? Are women really not fair towards you? Or are you not fair towards yourself? Because the way I see it, there's only one person in this picture among A, B, and this woman. There's only one person who refused to better themselves, and that's you. Because B type of man can get whomever he wants. And this woman, she can attract anyone she wants. When she can attract anyone she wants, why should she be with you? You want to split bills when you go on dates. You don't want to buy her flowers. You don't want to be chivalrous. So tell me, why should a woman pick you over a man who does all of that? What are you going to tell me? I have loyalty. Yeah, ugly mindset. Because you tell yourself that, oh, man who makes a lot of money, they will definitely cheat on their wife. I will accommodate you. I will never cheat you. I'll never cheat on you. And most importantly, you can do whatever the hell you want. I will never stop you. You think women will be attracted to that? That's just you telling yourself. That's just you trying to make yourself feel better, because you think women would be attracted to someone who has no leadership, someone who tells them that you can do whatever the hell you want. Yeah, women's biology is not made that way. God certainly didn't make us that way. And about how other men hate you and how they wish for your downfall is actually very true. It is something that I can actually personally speak for, because I have seen this plenty times. But let me let you in a little secret based on my conversation with a man who actually does this almost all the time. Anytime someone comes to him for advice or for suggestions or anything, he would always tell them the opposite of what he does. If he's a provider, he's a provider, he's a masculine man, he dates a model, okay? He provides for her, he does everything for her. But when a younger man comes to him, he would preach about, oh, I mean, why should she demand anything from you? Why should you do this for her? Or why should you say this or do this or work hard for her? Let her do all the work. And I asked him once, babe, this is harsh. Like, why are you doing this to them? You are dating a model, you earn buttload of money, and you are providing for her. Why the hell are you saying opposite to men, especially younger men? And you know what he said to me? Look at them. There is no way on God's green earth these guys are going to succeed. Do you think I'm going to waste my time telling these guys what to do? I am not going to pour my energy where there's no potential. The way my heart just sank, because that's how successful men roll. They don't waste their time talking or arguing with the fool, because if he tells you this and this and this you should do, you would feel like your emotions are not validated. Therefore you'll go to more people, you'll start arguing whatever he said to you, because you feel like whatever he said does not fit into your requirement or your criteria, does not fit into your energy, does not fit into your effort or your power or your capabilities. So you try to justify whatever he said and you will try to bring him down, you'll try to mock him. So he said, why would I want to argue with an idiot and become a second idiot? He's just here to validate his emotions. Let him validate his emotions. And then when I said to him, if you are just validating his emotions without giving him tough love, and what is what, how can he improve his life and how can he be successful? And you know what he said? Not my problem. When a strong masculine man takes one look at you weak ass man, he would say, why would I want to waste my time with this shit? That is why men quickly resent men, especially when you see a lot of bitter men. Most of the time they resent really successful. I even spoke about this on another video. The video Stop Killing Men. Go watch it. A lot of men actually hate and resent other men based on how much they earn, based on whatever they achieved in life, based on how successful they are. Most of the time the man who hates the other, usually the one who does not do very well in life. So instead of hating, instead of telling yourself that men hate you or men hate each other, which is very true by the way, maybe we should all look within ourselves a little bit and ask ourselves, why? But let me tell you this, men who has a lot going for themselves doesn't care if other men hate them. Mm-mm. I've never heard a man who has everything going on for him tell anyone else that, oh, men just hate me. Never. Never. Because he has so many good things going for him that he has no time for anything bad. Think about that. Are they really hating you? Or is it you hating yourself and you're projecting that hate onto another and that's just reflecting directly back to you? You think about it, son. I think I've taken too much of your time. I'm going to leave, but before leaving, I want you to understand that what I do mainly is to offer you different perspective in life, because perception and perspective is two different things. When you are living your life, you are basically living your life in a box, right? When you are in the box, you only have you only have perspective of the four side of the wall. You don't have a bird eye view. Those of you who are outside of the box, they usually have bird eye view because they can see better how you're moving and what you're actually doing wrong. So instead of living your life with just perception that you've had, try to move around with more perspective, more accountability, and more responsibility towards yourself. And all this talk about not wanting to embody masculine and traditional masculine energy and comparing yourself to aesthetics. I wear makeup, I wear skirts, I wear gowns, I don't know, I paint my nails or I have long hair. Centuries ago, men had wig, wore makeup, wore heels, wore skirts. They were soldier men. They were army men. They lead soldiers into wars. They train soldiers to war, for war. They were king's men. They lead an entire nation. They lead a country. They had people working for them, thousands of them. The leadership was still there. Instead, it actually, all of those things, this wig, the skirt, the makeup, they were all once a symbol of power. But what have you done now? You have taken the same aesthetics and used them for your advantage in order to portray yourself as liberated when in reality you're just weak. Because in your idea, now that woman uses all this and I am using all this, therefore I'm just another baby girl. But I still want to be treated like men. I still want to be given everything that a woman would give a provider. The amount of respect a woman would give a provider, the amount of nurturing a woman would give a provider, the amount of affirmation, the amount of love, the amount of caring, the amount of feminine energy a woman would give a provider, the amount of energy a woman would give a provider, she would have to give me all that too. But I will stay a loser. Because, I'm also a baby girl. Wrongo! Couldn't be more wrong. Equality is all about opportunity, son. It's not an excuse to stop being a man. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. So, using status of symbol as an aesthetic and excuse to stop being a man? Masculinity is energy, is values, is who you are, is your very existence. Denying your very existence and telling yourself you don't want to be what you were created for? What does that leave you to be then? What are you then if you don't want to be a man? You tell me. If you don't want to be a man, that's fine. But don't complain, things are not being handed over to you. They will never be. Things will go to men who puts in the work and who's ready to lead, who's ready to be decisive, who's ready to be assertive, who's ready to be confident, who's ready to be a man.